I just spent my pin that holds up my phone. Buying space. Interesting name. I'm still waiting for Melanie and for everybody else. Hi, Linda from Michigan. Hello, I've been to Michigan. I was very young, though. The only thing I remember was being in Holland, Michigan, and lots of tulips. So, Heaven Bound Farm, hello. Ah, there's Fiona. Oh, there's a lag. It showed up in the phone before it showed up. Oh, Mel is finishing up. Okay. I need to get to this fan and turn that noisy thing off. There we go. Oh, I did too much today. My back is killing me. But, you know, them's the breaks. You do what you got to do. I forgot to look all pretty tonight. I forgot the lipstick. I got all dolled up for Trisha's sale. I figured, why not get all dolled up for my own. There's Trisha. Hello. I still think this is back too far. I have an old corsage pin that I hold the phone up with, and I just bent it in half. So, hi, Auntie Christy. Okay, so I'm trying something a little different tonight because at Trisha's sale yesterday, it was through my laptop and everything seemed very grainy. And I didn't realize how bad it was till I watched the playback later, and it was bad. It was very bad. So I am trying to hook up StreamYard and film it through the phone because it's got a much better camera, but I am questioning how well that's going to work with a guest. We'll find out. We will find out. So now you have to give me a second. I took the glasses off. I can't read the chat without them. Got to have those stupid bifocals. Actually, I look at just about everything through the bifocals now. I need new glasses, but that's kind of far down the list. That's better. Now I can read the chat again. Yeah, we have been talking about getting together, and then the fires hit up where she's at. So, and then I got hurt. Actually, I got hurt first, and then the fires hit. So we kind of went, you know, the whole summer without being able to get together for a sale. So yeah, I have like nice tops and stuff, and since I don't work at the art museum, I haven't been able to wear them. Some of them I purged because, you know, I gained more weight, so need to not do that anymore. Yeah, it's a good color for me, right? This periwinkle kind of blue. Well, a lot of the light blues, I can get away with wearing light pink, and I can get away with wearing yellow. I have to be careful of greens. Anything light green, everybody starts asking me, are you feeling okay? Because my skin is so pale that the way light green reflects light up onto my skin, they tell me I either look jaundiced or I look like I'm very, very green and ill. So, but I can wear this in pink and yellow and dark greens. I can get away with darker greens. Though I noticed, like, oh wait, StreamYard's backwards. There's a lot more white showing up right here now. Might be time to dye the hair purple again. A little soon though. We'll wait for October for that one. It's a temporary dye, so it doesn't stay very long, but where are you? Oh, she's asleep. She's snoring. Like, what am I hearing back here? There's a weird little noise. It's the doctor. She's on the floor next to me asleep. Wow. I'm embracing the gray most of the time, but then after a while it annoys me. So it's usually been temporary dyes. But now that, the hair is so short, I'm not, when it was longer, I would dye the whole thing red, but Blackie Jr. Oh yes, I did get that. I did get that email. Too much was going on today. Some of it storm cleanup. I think I overdid it because my back is like not a happy back. But we had a little bit of storm cleanup to do today. Oh yes, and if you're new here, the doctor is the cat. And you can wait, I get to go this way. You can just see a TARDIS back behind me. I'm a very big Doctor Who fan of the British science fiction TV show. And the kittens at the time were the Doctor, Davros, Rory, and Amelia. But Amelia turned out to be a boy, so that one quickly got changed to Pond. So Davros and Pond got fostered and then adopted out as a bonded pair. And Rory I never could catch. Rory is now back. They're all 8 years old this summer. And Rory, I have a video about what my next goal is for the fall, is Rory and getting her more used to us and getting her some vet care so that she can become an indoor cat. I've spent a lot of time sitting on the back porch while she would eat, and it put us back a little bit, my being hurt and then being gone for a month, because I had 3 weeks where I couldn't come down the steps. So it would be a bit creepy if he was human and is at my feet snoring. Yeah, I can't imagine that there's, and well, Capaldi was pretty good looking. So was David Tennant, but yeah, no. My doctor was Tom Baker, and I just wanted to go drinking with him and hear his stories because he was a great storyteller. So, yeah. Perfecting pearls. Oh, you're not supposed to hurt yourself, darling, but, those brace things, sometimes that can't be helped with braces. That's why it's so hard to read. I turned the brightness down on the laptop. There we go. That makes it easier. Yeah, I never had braces, which is why I can do this. I can stick half my finger in there. Oh, this is a JJ pin. Now, I don't remember what the JJ stands for. She does a lot of cats. I'm pretty sure it's a woman designer. And they're always in pewter. And I think I only have 2. But this one is a little kitty head, and the mouse is hanging by the tail. So. Jonette, is that what the JJ is? It's been so long since I've seen any of her stuff. In the stores, as it were, that I have another one that's a cat trying to get into the goldfish bowl. Oh, now, come on. You got to go in there just the right way because there's not much space to get you in there. Oh, guest. There she is. Add to stream.
Hi. Hi, everybody.
There she is.
I just had to take a potty break.
I can't get my pin back on now. Oh. Did you mute yourself? Oh, no, wait. There's a big lag.
No, I haven't said anything.
No, I just realized how big the lag is between my laptop and what I'm hearing on my phone. So.
That's why I don't do lives.
Yeah. Yeah, because you never did get that pole up to try to have a better signal, did you? You had too many other things go on this
I
year.
put it on my roof.
Well,
I did put it on my roof, but it just doesn't. I have to be hardwired into it, and it will crash at any time. So I'm on my old system.
okay. Well, that's all right. We'll cut you some slack for time. That's all right. I'm so glad we finally got together. Let me put the library book where I won't lose it. There we go.
I think we were
had
talking about February or March.
We were talking in I think it was March, and then we both wanted to wait a little bit till the weather got a little warmer because we both had other things going on. And then by the beginning of May, I fell. And then after that, you had the fires to worry about. So it took us a little while. It took us a little while to get there. So, but I'm glad we finally did. This is great. So, and I got to see a puppy tonight. I caught that part in yours. You were talking about one of your dogs having to get a new groomer. So you need a new hairdresser for the puppy.
Oh, yeah, that's next week's tour, is to try and find somebody.
I see Auntie Christie says the lag is real with this one. Oh, yeah. Yeah, the lag's going to be really bad with this one. But, you know, I've seen worse. I have seen worse. Who was it? One of the eBay resellers that has a channel tried doing it with someone who was in England. And for some reason, now I've seen somebody with Miss Damn Jewelry, and she's in England, and they were fine. But Paul had someone on from there, and boy, it was a really, really, really out of kilter. It really was. So we'll be all right. So would you like to introduce yourself to anybody? I don't know that there's anybody here that doesn't know your channel, Melanie, but if there is, would you like to let them know who you are?
Thank you, Nancy, for having me. My name is Melanie. I have started my channel, Serendipity by Melanie, on January 30th, and it just blew up. I bought some items from Curiosity Inc. from the musician's house, and then people just started watching me from there. I do bring back the brooches an hour prior to Nancy's sale, and then I do mine Saturdays 12 noon p.m. just at lunchtime. And yeah, I have 5 storage units to get through. I've just about finished storage unit number 1, but or number 2, sorry, but number 1 is a mess, so I'm cleaning that up. So I'm glad to be here. Thanks, Nancy.
Oh, you're welcome. I am noticing something though because I did this on the phone. Ah, there's the thing for layout. Okay. Where'd you go? Because, I had to find the thing for layout, because when we go to sell, I want to be able to make you bigger. Instead of us being side by side, I want to be able to give you the bigger screen when one of us starts to sell. So Fiona, what on earth are you doing? She says, I'm running late today, so I'm going to bring you all to take a shower with me. Honey, that's got to be the biggest bathroom on the planet. Oh,
she lives in Singapore, so I doubt it.
Yeah, right. But there's another time change for trying to keep up with sales, but she manages, and I'm glad to have her here. So, all right. Would you like to go first, Melanie? Since you're the guest, you can go first.
So thank you. I just wanted to let everybody know for Nancy's sale, I'm going to be selling in US dollars, just to make it easier. So I have
I
the
should say
hand-painted
one thing that I
porcelain.
almost forgot. We do have Melanie's channel is linked in the description. So if you have not subscribed to Melanie, you should. And you can do that in the description and then pop back in for the sale. And we could probably go back and forth and show say 3 items each and then switch back. Does that sound like a good thing, Melanie?
Sure.
Okay.
Yes, thank you for letting me know.
You're welcome.
So I have these egg cups, hand-painted porcelain, de France. So they're from France. Go, Nancy.
There we go.
Good job. So I have these 2 egg cups. They're in excellent condition. I will bring one up closer. I'll put the other one down so I don't break anything. So there are a pair. And so for the pair in US funds, oops, my numbers are backwards here. So it is $12, number 41. $12, number 41. The color is an off-white, and it's the gold tone. So they are just off-white and gold, hand-painted. And I'll show you the bottom, sorry. Hand-painted in France. And these are about 2.5 inches. They're the smaller egg cups. Just trying to get organized here.
Melanie, you had a question in the chat. Perfecting Pearls wanted to know what color. It is kind of hard because of the photo quality to pick out some of the colors on your things. So if you can add the colors to your description. Thank you.
Yes, those ones were off-white. Thanks. So I have these. They're 13 inches high and 9.5 inches wide. And this is from the Brides magazine. 1956. And here's the back of the page. These are incredible. So there's one of them. And here's the other one. This one is also from autumn 1956. Aren't they beautiful? Oof. And on the back, this one has sterling silver cutlery as the advertisement. So for the pair of these, it's going to be $16, number 52. You get both of them. I'm just going to have to look on the other side to see if there's any questions. These are so cool. This is just up my alley. Oops. I'll put those aside. And I have this blue vase. It's like crackle. And it's baby blue, and the white on it makes it look like a light blue on it. It's in excellent condition. The bottom is smooth. And I'll give you a measurement on it. Just a moment. Number 16, Kathleen. Thank you. So that this is 6.5 inches. And I'm just going to, sorry, I lost my pen. And I'm writing that down. Sorry, Kathleen. So this is 6.5 inches tall, blue on blue. So this is in US funds, $10 number 4, $10 number 4.
Well, and
Thanks,
I
Nancy,
see
your
what
turn.
I'm getting there. I have to figure out how to do this. All right.
I
Gonna
am
go
so
to
glad
that
you're in
one.
charge.
I'm also not used to doing this.
So
I've never tried to do this on the phone, and because it just was so hard to keep up with the chat not being on the phone. And Mel, did you see that? You
right,
have
and sorry,
Kathleen Crawley.
Kathleen, for number 16, it was $16, number 52. So I'll put you down for that one, Kathleen.
And I think Mel has her. We each have our emails on underneath our faces when you say it, so that way you know which one of us to email for the item you get from each one. So let's see if I can do this for me. Did that do it right? No, that didn't do it right. What did I do? Oh, this is just going to be fun challenge. There we go. Man. Okay, so tonight I have, because we're getting into that chilly weather is going to start. So I have one of these wonderful Campbell's soup mugs, one of these great big ones. It's never been used. It's one of those things my grandmother always sent away for everything, and my mother did on a couple of things too. And from the date of this, I know it was my mother sent away for it. But it has 1998 as the trademark, and then they never got used. But it has that typical little fat-cheeked Campbell's kid on there. It's a great size because stay up there. I lost my post office ruler. So it's just over 3 inches tall, but then it's also, it's 5.5 wide from the edge here to the edge here. So it's a nice, good size. It's perfect if you're going to have soup and then a sandwich. So this is going to be, look, I was so busy today, I didn't even get prices written down. So this mug is $6. So it's $6 and it's letter X. $6 letter X for the wonderful Campbell's soup mug. So that's true. We do tend to have unique items compared to some of the others. Oh, Sonia. Hello. And I see Sonia in there first. Let me double check because the two came in very close together. So let me quick double check here. Yep, Sonia Mills was the first one. Thank you very much. Now I have, it's a crafter's piece, but anybody that knows the Sweeney Todd Broadway musical knows that one of the things that there was another barber besides Sweeney Todd named Pirelli. And I have a couple of these and I use them for my Halloween, but I don't need as many as I have. We went to a Sweeney Todd party for Halloween one year and they had these filled with limoncello and frozen, but it's Pirelli's Elixir. Now, I use mine as a fun little Halloween decoration, and mine have food coloring in it with a weird greenish, almost neon green tinge. So this one, I'm offering one of them up. It's just $3 for the little Pirelli's elixir, and you can put whatever colored water you want in there or anything you want in there and add it as a fun little Halloween display. And this is $3 and it's letter L. $3, letter L for the Pirelli's elixir bottle. That was one of the strangest Halloween parties too, because if you don't know the story of the demon barber of Fleet Street, Sweeney Todd, it is a bizarre kind of story. But it made a really fun musical. Okay, now my third one is, if any of you follow me on Instagram, you saw that I had a big shadow box that has about 80 little cubies in that thing, and it was full of owls, little tiny owls. So here's one of them. Come on, that's right. This is the new phone that doesn't like to focus on things. Maybe if nope, that just says, do you want to remove from StreamYard? No, I do not. So it's soapstone, and he has these funny little holes the way he's made, and he have them in the back, and you can see they got a little too close on this one. But he's a pot sitter, so that you can sit him on the edge of one of your pots on one of your houseplants. And he's only 2 inches tall, but he is a nice little soapstone piece. He doesn't have anything that says where he was made. They even carved little claws to make it look like he's hanging on. And so the little soapstone owl is $4, and it's letter R. $4, letter R for the little soapstone owl. Yeah, I put the picture on Instagram of the little thing with all those little owls that I'll have to sort out. What did I do? Uh-oh. Did I lose her?
No, I'm right here.
Okay. There we go. I'll get the hang of this better as we go on.
Nancy, I just wanted to point out that I see Nettie for letter L.
Yep. Thank you. I got her for that one. And then Sonia came in for the Campbell's soup mug. So let's get you on the layout here.
There. Thank you. So I have this dress form, a chair shaped like a bridal's dress, and then it's a trinket dish. It is a bit dirty on the inside, sorry. Enid, E-N-I-D, is stamped on the bottom right here. There's the back, so it's just a creamy with the gold for the back of the chair. And this is 5 inches tall by 8 inches wide. Sorry, there's a glare there. But this looks like the bridal dress. I don't have the top to it, so it would have been a lady's sitting there. So in US funds tonight, this is $8, number 40. $8, number 40. Oh yeah, a house plant, that would be cool. Oh, the leg is better? Awesome.
Yeah, you're coming in a little bit clearer too now. Fingers crossed that stays.
Yeah, maybe my roommate shut the TV off. So I have this perfume bottle. It is burgundy, clear glass. The only piece is this little piece has broken off the dip, but you can't tell. I'm just trying to find a way to show it to you. The stopper is broken on this end, but not this. So it's clear glass with the lines of gold ribbing. And then it is a cranberry color. And I will give you a measurement. Hi, Deb. I'm shipping from Western Canada. So with the stopper in, it's just under 8 inches. And there's no marking on it, a little bit of dust. So this here is $12, number 73. $12, number 73. So if I'm shipping to the States, it takes probably 10 to 14 days. I'm in British Columbia. 10 to 14 days to arrive. So if you're thinking of a gift for somebody. And then I have these, this is like a celluloid container, and the lid comes off, and here's all your hors d'oeuvre sticks. It's okay, Jose. Oh, well, that rhymed. I'm just putting, oh, that's good, Fiona. So this container, it's the brown tones. This is etched in the top here. No marking on the bottom. So for this set here, it is $10, number 35. $10, number 35 for your hors d'oeuvres. Now we're doing Fiona's laundry. Man.
She's got to have a big house, man. First she takes us all to the shower. Now we're all in the laundry room. Okay. I got to do that. And then I got to go back in here and change the layout again. There we go. So I have a planter. Now, in the US, we don't have Boxing Day, but you have that in Canada. And I don't know how many of you besides Melanie might be in Canada, but I have a planter that is the square little boxing ring. But I don't know, is it the baby new year getting ready to like take on the new year? But it's a baby with boxing gloves. It is the silliest little planter I've ever seen, really. But it's so cute and so just different. It's just such a really different kind of planter. And I lost mine. There it is. So he is from corner to corner, he's 6 inches long and he's 5 inches high. But he is just such a fun little thing that I'm offering him up. He does not have any chips or any scratches. I don't think he's ever been used. There's no marks in there, but there's also no maker's mark. He is, and it looks, I see in my screen, he looks kind of gray, but he is a pale blue. He's a pale. Oh yeah, like the nails. I did that today when we were finally cleaning up like tree stuff that fell down yesterday. But these are, I have little peace signs. They're little decals for your fingernails, just to be different. So he is $10. The little boxing baby is $10, and he is letter Q. for the little boy, boxing boy planter. You can tell the meds are kicking in. I'm getting tongue-tied. So we have him, and we have this lovely little thing. Isn't that such a pretty little trinket dish? Or, you know, it's pretty deep. So for a saucer, because it's like 1.25 inches. It's 1.25 inches deep, and it doesn't have any maker's marks, but it is a pretty little thing that you could hang on the wall or have just as a little dish. It's just a hair under 5 inches across. Now there is, I gotta find it again, right along here, there's a really faint line, but when I try to run my fingernail over it, it doesn't catch. And that same line, you can just, I don't know if you can see it. There's a faint line, there it goes, a faint line right there goes across, but it's the same thing. I can run my fingernail over it and I don't feel it. So it's probably the beginning of a crack, I'm thinking, but I don't know. I can't tell. What I do know is that if you look at how this is made, this is that level of blue that back in the day would have been called flow blue because it used to always run. But this blue is in there under the glaze, and it is really thick, and it's in the porcelain. And it is a nice porcelain. I mean, you can see all the light through it. And when you look through it, you can see where all the edges is. You can see where the pink and the leaves, because of the fine quality of porcelain that it is. But it is all completely hand painted. And other than that little line that's through there, that's the only flaw to it. But it is a pretty little thing. And it is an old little thing. Because this came out of a box of things that was from my great-grandparents. So, and I know they, well, their oldest child was born in 1900, and they, at least one of them lived into the 50s. So this was from a box that had some of their stuff in it. So this little round dish is $5. And it is Z. I should go this way. $5 and letter Z. Yeah, I think it's a pretty little thing. And I mean, it's a nice little size. So it'd be good for like putting the keys in. If you have it like a desk in the entryway and you just want to sit, or some little table to put your car keys in. Because so many cars these days have the key and a fob for something else. And it'd be great for that, or on the nightstand to put your jewelry in or something. And then I have, because I know we have some people who are crafters and do assemblages or sew, and I have this. Now, I don't know, there's no indication this was ever sewn onto a pillowcase. There's no loose threads or anything that it looks like it was cut off of anything, but it is a loop. You can see the pattern there. And I have 2 of them. They're exactly alike. They're the same length, and they would be enough to go around a pillowcase, but they would also be enough. Okay, we'll do it on this. They'd also be enough that if you're making an assemblage, that you could put it around the top edge of something and glue it in place if you are making some little or floral arrangements, or want to put it on a doll dress, or use it in junk journaling. So you would have the two long loops. So there's plenty there to use in any kind of crafting thing you could want. It's really nice. It's just that I don't have a use for every bit of sewing stuff that is in this house. Some of you who've seen me talk know that my mother used to be a professional seamstress and a costume maker. So there's a ton of that stuff here, and I'm only just beginning to scratch the surface of it. So for the lace packets, that is because I don't necessarily think that's that old for being vintage. I don't think it's handmade. So that would be $5 for the lace pieces. And it is letter O. $5, letter O. And let's get Melanie back. Layout. Hello, hun. Slide you here.
Hi.
And
so Elizabeth had mentioned that we're in bed with her. So Elizabeth,
what?
we're in bed with you. I'm wondering, yeah, because we
And
went
she
to
didn't even
shower
buy
with
us
Fiona.
dinner. Come on now.
I know. So who else are we in bed with this evening? Like, guys. Blackie Jr., goodbye on the lace. And you know, when I was younger, I had bought my first property, and I would take that lace and put it right on the edge of my cupboards, and it would hang down a little bit, and it just added a little touch of class to me. So that's something I would use it for. Look at these little dudes. Aren't they cute? So this is concave glass, so it's bubbled, and it's painted on the back of the glass. It's 12 inches in diameter. And sorry, this is where you hang it. I'm upside down. This is the hanger here. It's lightweight. Yeah, we're cheap dates. I know. Aren't these guys a sweet? Oh.
They're the red
it has a little bit of
squirrels.
blue. Yes. So a bit of blue in the background up here for the sky.
So cute.
And they're the nuts and yellow and green. So the leaves in the background are on the back. Thank you, Elizabeth. We'll forgive you this time. So for this plate, wall hanger, it is 12 inches in diameter. And for this, it's going to be $16, number 68. $16, number 68. They are so cute. Sorry, my ring light. I just want to put that in a safe place. So what else? Oh, a little more ephemera. So I have packets here, and they have different items in there, Christmas cards and tags. I would think it's like a playing card here. Here's the bigger pieces up top. So that's from cooking. And then I have some name and address pages in here. Musical sheets are all in the packet. And there's a variety of different items in it. You can see some beads in there. So this packet here is $10, number 77. $10, number 77. Yeah, Julie, I really like the squirrels. And I have a few of these, so it would just be, I'll pull one out of the box and send it to you. So a ephemera packet, and I will add a little more to this bundle. So $10, number 77. And then I have this little measuring cup, more or less. Shirley Temple is on it. So this is the blue Shirley Temple signed. And it's the glass. There's no chips or cracks on it. There's nothing written on the bottom. And this is 4 inches. So it's like a creamer to me. So for Shirley Temple, this is going to be $6, number one. $6, number one.
Melanie, I'm going to let them know I know something about that little picture. It was part of a set that was given away, and you had to go to the movies. Each different time a movie came out, there were some movie theaters that could give away, and they had the little picture. There was a little bowl, and there's a third. What was the third? I forget what the third one was. If it was, there was a cup. There was a cup. Because my aunt has the cup, my mother had the bowl, and finally my aunt found a little pitcher to buy.
That's cool. So, Elizabeth, I have you down for the squirrels. Thanks. That's a good story because I didn't know where this came from. I know I bought it off another YouTube channel, but the blue, this is such a pretty blue, but it stands out stark in my background with my other dishes. So there it is. And I'll pass it back to you, Nancy, and I will put Elizabeth down for number 68.
Oh, I'm getting faster.
Good girl.
Now I'm getting there. Now, for those of you, because I see a lot of new names I've never seen before, for those of you who are probably by now wondering about what's behind me, this is what I jokingly refer to as Warehouse 13. I inherited 3 estates. With that came the house, which was pretty darn full. And then came some storage units that at one point there were 3 storage units, because then I inherited more stuff from an aunt. And then only a few years ago, a friend passed away and left me her massive book collection. So I spent 4 years selling nothing but books on eBay. That's how big this was. And I still have some, not many, but I still have some left of the books. But when I was downsized out of a job, since the living room, I mean, there's 6 of us kids. So when the parents passed away, stuff got divvied out. And so there wasn't really any living room furniture. So when I had to empty the last of the storage units somewhere, because I was downsized out of a job, this seemed the logical place to put it. Now, this is kind of the catch-all end, but that's what we're working on. That's why we have live sales, to clear all this out, because I'd like to have a living room again. So that is what that is. And there is a video pinned at the top, if you go to my channel, that explains how I ended up with this overstuffed house. So I realized with all this stuff in the background, all this clutter behind me, I should probably explain that to the new people who are here. So I have a whole pack of ephemera that is all birthday cards. And they aren't all necessarily old. I think the oldest ones probably go back to the 70s. And I forget how many. I think I have 27 in here. The oldest one is this one. This one's probably from the 60s. And has another birthday. Doesn't mean a gosh darn thing. And then the tape part, there's a little spring. And the tape part has come off, but it says as long as you've got that swing, and her skirt's supposed to bounce. So I left that one in its envelope. Actually, it was the only one still in an envelope. But there are 27 cards here that you can use for the ephemera, for junk journaling, for whatever craft you want to do with them. Like I said, there's some beautiful flowers on some of them. And so we have that. And there, like I said, there are, if I remember correctly, there are 27 of them. And now the clip does not want to cooperate and go back on it so they don't drop all over my shelf here. Ah, there we go. Get that back on there. So for the 27 birthday cards, and I recognize that there's not that many. They are all used. This side. They are all used. And like I said, the one in the envelope is the oldest one, probably from the 60s. There's about 4 from the 70s. Most of them seem to be from the, I would say, from the 90s. And maybe a few that are sooner than that. Like the last one that has the impressionist painting on the front, that one is dated 2001, and that was the most recent one that I could find a date on. There's another one that says 1984 on the back. So there's 27 cards, and this is, oh, they're not all vintage. They're not. How about $6? We'll make it a deal. How about $6 for all 27 cards? Letter F. $6, letter F. Set that aside. Now, I found, don't know if we have any glass lovers here, but this still has the original sticker in it. It is a piece of anchor hocking golden shell, heat resistant, 22 karat gold, made in Lancaster, Ohio, USA. It is a wonderful white glass anchor hocking bowl. It has all the marks on the bottom. Anchor hocking, heat resistant, has the little anchor and H on the bottom. You can tell it's never been used because it still has the original sticker. I think this would be great when you get to the holidays. You can put potpourri in it for the scent. You can have Christmas balls stacked up inside of it for Christmas. The nice part of having white glass stuff is that you can do whatever you want with it for whatever holiday it is. You can even use it for holding all your Christmas cards, or put something in it for Halloween display. If you can find a bag of fake eyeballs, man, that would be hysterically funny to me because I happen to love Halloween. So you have this wonderful piece of white anchor hocking glass in perfect shape. And this is an offer up, and it's going to start at $6 as an offer up. Yes, it is wonderful milk glass, and the gold edge is perfect. But it is an offer up. Let me put it in the chat here. Starts at $6. So we'll give that a second and see if anybody wants to start the offers and work their way up and go higher, and see, because I have a hard time. Like, none of the ones that I inherited from seem to have collected glass. So it's a rare thing for me to find glass in all this. But it's really versatile. And the fact that, I mean, they made an entire serving set of this particular pattern. This golden shell, they made an entire dinner set. So this would have been one of the serving bowls. Because when I looked it up, they had that. They had these, they had the plates, they had serving bowls, they had platters for serving the meat on, all kinds of stuff. So I see Lois for $6. Does anybody want to come in for higher? I mean, I know we have a lag here, so we're going to let this go for a few minutes, but we have Lois at $6. It's rare to find these things like unused. Usually you do find them in either the gold has a little wear, or there's some scratches in the bottom from silverware. But this one, because it's such a nice, I mean, I like the ridges that go all around. They're not perfectly straight, too. You can see there's a slight slant to the ridges, which just gives it an interesting look. Well, I don't see any other offers coming in, so we're gonna go for going once. And it's hard to get the keyboard in and out from that shelf down there. And going twice. And I don't see any others, so we have sold to Lois. There you go. Sold to Lois for 6. Thank you very much. So we have Lois M.W. Egan. Thank you very much, Lois. Now I have, I actually have 2 of these, so I can take 2 people if they want them. They actually are a card, and it's the Smiley, your positive enabler. Good things can happen. Now, what they have inside is there's a couple of stickers with different little smile faces, and you can take the little smiley face, and for whatever little comment that you want it to be, you stick that sticker over that comment. And it has everything from new home, win first place, find love, earn a degree, sing, smile, lose weight, open a baseball game. Some of their choices are a little interesting. Lose bad luck, new friend, gain confidence, win the lottery. That's always a good one. But they were from a company called Shackman. They're from 1999, and Shackman does not exist anymore. They used to make great reproductions of a lot of Victorian stuff, but they also did some fun, quirky stuff too. So I have 2 of these, so I can take I can take the first 2 people that would like to have one, or if the first person in would like to have both. But the smiley face for a single card for the smiley face is $4, and it's letter U. $4, letter U. And that would be for one, unless you want both, you just put ×2. And we can sell the fun little smiley face card. My sister likes smiley faces, so I have one set aside to use for her birthday in December. So I can write happy birthday and send her one. Okay, no smiley cards. How about paper dolls? I said I would have some. I have the Teddy Bear Paper Doll Fantasy Book. And yes, I've got 2. So, this is part of that great deal I got where I had gotten a lot of paper doll books. And I hope my chat did not freeze, because there we go. Ah, okay. Crescent Moon, and you'd like them both. Okay, I can do that. Hey, pen, don't die on me now here. Oh, Elizabeth Mackey. I've been seeing that name come up and go, I have a friend that's named Mackey, but she lives in Maryland, her and her husband. Elizabeth Moon Collectibles. Thank you. You're new to me, so make sure you email me if you would please do that. And I have you down for both of those. And now I want to show you why am I getting all the white pages? So we have C.W. Bear. The artist who did these is Peggy Jo Rosamond, who, from what I understand, there are people that collect just her paper dolls. But I do have 2 copies of this. And then the nice part of these is, like, they really cover quite a bit. I mean, Randy says the best dressed bear of any age. He's got very different periods of clothing going on there, including the space suit. And you have Ellie, who's an elephant. So the paper dolls themselves are not so big. I like the Siamese cat. I really like the Siamese cat. So, and you have a duck. You have Richard the First of Germany, which made to look like a stiff bear. So there's quite a few pages in here of all these bears. And so the paper doll book, it's $8 for the Paper Doll Fantasy paper doll book. And I do have 2 copies of this, so I can take, it's the same as with the smiley faces. I can either do 2 or we can see if you want 2 or if you want 1. I actually think I have a 3rd one in the pile. I'm not 100% sure of that. So it's $8. It's letter M. $8, letter M, for the Teddy Bear Paper Doll Fantasy. Oh, Melanie. Okay. Anyone else want to have just one? Because then I can double check. I can double check and about that other single one, if there's anybody else that wanted just one. Yeah, it is a neat looking paper doll. We'll put that one over there, and that was my 3 because I did the milk glass. There we go.
Thank you. I did get it, Elizabeth. Thank you very much. I couldn't resist on those dolls. They're just so cute.
They are really cute.
I had to open up another tab, and I was like, how do I do this? So I have some Fitz and Floyd. I have 3 coffee cups. Fitz and Floyd, the numerical number is 1975. These are a pale pink. The handle is white. It looks like half a heart. And the inside is white. So I have the set of 3 of them. Fitz and Floyd, all 3 of them are $16, number 62. $16 for Fitz and Floyd, number 62. I'm just going to move them because I'm nervous that I'll break something. Nancy says, bring glass. Oh, I've got glass.
Yeah, those bowls were it. That's all I found.
Yeah. And hi, Buying Space. Nice to see you. And I have a little elephant. It's a salt and pepper, but I only have the single. But it's so cute. And there's the shaker top. Does have its stopper. and it is made in Japan. So this is like a little bit orangey brown, the cream color on the ears, little red on the trunk here. There's a bit of wear on the cold paint on the tongue and the trunk. So this little gaffer, so cute, is about 3 inches tall, and it's $4, number 80. $4, number 80. Yeah, kitty elephant. Yeah, he's so cute.
Hell yeah.
And then, so I have this baby planter. It's about, how about a measuring stick here? 7 inches long, 6 inches high. And it's the carriage. I'm so in love with baby planters. Number 80, Lois. Thank you. Thank you, Lois. So it has the roses on it, the blue trim. The roses are in pink. There's a bow. Sorry. When you film in StreamYard, everything's always backwards, so it takes me a minute. So the roses are here. On the bottom, it's Relpo, R-E-L-P-O, made in Japan. And I'll try and focus on that. You can see it better up here than on the sticker, but the sticker says the same, Relpo. So for this planter is $10, number 7. Oops, backwards. $10, number 7. There you go. I'm just so glad you guys came, and I was so nervous, Nancy, about doing a live. I see so many people in the chat, and I'm like, okay.
Oh, you're doing fine. And I see that our crescent moon is in Australia. That's awesome.
Are you serious?
Yeah, that's what her address was for. It says Australia.
I just seen it pop up.
That is so cool. Welcome. Okay. Let me get this one. There we go. All right. I have some train things here. This is a counted cross stitch piece. Now, once it gets ironed, those lines will come out, but it's been folded up because you've got this wonderful train and the coal car and then a passenger car and then the caboose. So this is, I just buried my tape measure again. Where are you? So this is This is 23 inches long and 5 inches wide. And it really is cool. And it would be great for framing it for in a kid's room, or if you have a husband that likes trains, or know somebody that likes trains, or if you like trains and like the old steam engine look. It is a great piece. Now there is a little border of tape around the edges, and that's to keep the edge from on the Aida cloth from fraying. But it is really nicely done, and it is I covered all my notes here. The cross stitch train is $8, and it is letter Y. $8, letter Y, which for the amount of work that much cross stitch would be, that's a really good deal. So that would be letter Y, $8 for the cross stitch train. And then we have, I have 2 magazines from 1975 of model railroader, or railroad model craftsman. And these are really cool, that if you want to, there are different things I've done with a few of them. I particularly like these pages because these are small enough that they are, if you make a fake magazine with these for a dollhouse, they end up being about the size on scale of what the old Life magazine would be, the old big ones. But anybody that does miniature work, whether it's on a house or on a train, there's usually really good tips in these on how to do some miniature work. And they usually also have other little tips on how the right ways to paint things, how to do scenery on the outside. And of course, there is stuff about the trains. So they are both from 1975. This one is October, and this one is November 1975. They're both in really pretty good shape. There's no, I didn't find any loose pages. I didn't find any rips or anything. So it's $8 for the 2 magazines, the 2 vintage ones. It is $8, and it's letter B for those 2. And let's get this off of there because that's not the right number for this. The last train thing I have, I'm going to do all 3 train things in one shot, is this is an iron-on velour transfer. And this is what the transfer would look like. Is you got the whole little train there, but you also have this little line of trains, which you could cut that off. There's enough space between each of them that you could cut that off, and you would end up with three little sections of train that you could use on other projects. And being that these are iron-on, these could be put on fabric. I think they were originally made to be on fabric, but I've actually ironed some of these onto a wooden stool that I had made for one of my nephews. So you can iron these onto a piece of wood and they'll stick. But I thought that was a really cute little iron-on piece, but I don't need 2 of them. I used one for my nephew. So the finished train is 11 inches long. The finished, am I right here? Yeah, the finished transfer, because you can see the transfer on the back. And this is $4 letter A for the new in packet, well, new old stock of the train transfer. $4 letter A. I know where my cat is. Oh, that
Startled
didn't do it. Well, I'm hearing Michael is right above me, and I'm hearing him holler, "Go away!" So I was like, I know where she's at. She's trying to lay on the bed with him, and he doesn't like it.
Yeah. I have an offer up of Carnival Glass tonight. This is 11 inches wide. It is so beautiful, the roses. I'm sorry my video doesn't show up as nice, but it's a bit dusty. The Carnival Glass with the 3-footed, it's 3-footed. So it's just over 5 inches high and 11 inches wide. So I'm just going to shimmer it with the light so you can maybe see some of the colors in it. Blues and browns and yellow. And
now
I do
that's
believe,
a
like, normally
statement
you look through
piece.
the it's Nancy, it's so beautiful, like it's crazy. And I will start the offer for this one at $25. $25. And you're supposed to look through the bottom to find the original color that it's from. And this one has a clear base. And I've never seen one like that, having a clear base. But the roses are raised. They're 3-dimensional, even on the inside.
If I remember right, a clear base makes it older. The clear base was the older Carnival Glass. Wow.
I don't know enough about it. It's just insane. It's beautiful. Okay, I will let that go. I have to put it safely down. Oh, no, I'll put it back on the table. And that was my drink cup. Don't worry, not the bowl. So this is from my personal collection of bathroom displays. This has got a beautiful darker green top to it. Here's the inside. This is Avon Perfume Skin Softener, 5 ounces. It does show wear on the rim from being opened and closed. It's a beautiful teal green. There's the bottom. Oops, got to go this way for you to read it. So for this one here, it is $6, number 48. $6, number 48. I do love the colors. That looks like a marble effect on the top. And it is raised on the writing here. And then next I have Hazel Atlas. I have 2 of these. They do show where they are. Another 3 weeks lockdown. Oof, Elizabeth. So it's a teacup and saucer. They do show wear on them. They are a very light pink with a black rim. Some of the black is showing a little wear up here. And I'll just turn it a little bit. So they're not mint condition, but you get the little black on the handle. And where the thumb mark is, the black is worn off. So these are Hazel Atlas. And there's a set of 2. So for the set of 2 is $16, number 56. $16, number 56. There you go. So I'm to do one more, Nancy, am I right?
Yes, one more.
Thank you. I have this little tin. It's just small, but it's so the 3-dimensional bear sleeping with the alphabet and all the toys on the outside. They're riding on the train. And Nancy and I didn't tell each other what we were selling. Hey,
Train night.
no, this is so cute though. It shows a little wear on the inside, the three-dimensional of the teddy bear. It says bear and toys on the side of it, but the bottom is blank. But this little bear, oh, he's just so sweet. Riding on the train is $4, number 9. $4, number 9. And I didn't even notice the train until I was showing it to you because I was just looking at the teddy bear on top. And oh, he's so cute with the bunny rabbit. So there you go.
Hey,
$4, number 9.
if anything ever happened to my brother, there's going to be one blowout of a train sale of all his stuff that's in the attic.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. He used to do a layout that would cover this whole back end of the living room. And so there's a lot of trains and
that's the
buildings.
brother that still lives with you?
Oh, yeah. That's Gary, the one that came with the house. So
Hey.
There we go. And for those who, oh crap, what did I do? I'm in settings. I don't want to be in settings. I want to be in layout. There we go. There we go. So for those of you that are new, there is a brother that came with the house because his judgment skills are a little shaky. He's 8 years older than I am. And we joke around about Gary. Guy's got a heart of gold, but the judgment's not quite there enough that he should live on his own. So he's the one that we joke around about, that, you know, he's the brother that came with the house. So I have an offer up. I don't see some of the people that are regulars that I know like the Cubies, so they're going to be so sorry they missed it. But I have Cubies. It says happy days are here again. It does have the little Rosie O'Neill signature down there, and they're all having a party, playing in the band, probably playing that song. It has all its information on the back about this being a collector's edition. Now, I know in the 90s especially, and I think in the 80s too, collectible plates were a big thing. Very few of them have kept their value, but the ones that have are pretty much their value based on the image that's on them. But Cupid dolls, for some reason, everybody likes their Cupid. And this is dated, if I can get the light to hit it right so I can see the date. Oh, you turkeys, you put it in Roman numerals. All right, wait a minute. 1973. It's from 1973 and is made by, who are you made by? Worldwide Arts Incorporated out of Cleveland, Ohio, produced in Japan exclusively for them. Well, that explains why it's that nice thin porcelain as opposed to some of the other plates that I've picked up when I was redoing the bathroom as all penguins, and the ones produced later were a lot thicker. But you can see how thin the porcelain is. It's really nice. And it's got that nice, you know, good porcelain sound. For those of you that like your ASMR. So it's this wonderful Cupid doll plate. There's no scratches. My mom had this one hanging up on the wall for years. And there's no scratches along the edge from the plate holder because she used to take a tiny little bit of cotton ball and put it underneath so that it wouldn't scratch it. It's 8 inches across. So this wonderful little thing is an offer up. We're going to start the offer at $6 for anybody who really likes their Cupies. And we're going to start it at 6 and get that in there. And is there any offer for the Cupid doll plate? So, and I know this might not be the crowd tonight, I know, because there's a couple of names I have not seen tonight. They're probably all over that Martha's. Because Martha had a pop-up sale tonight. Did they not know how to have two screens? I had 4 sales up yesterday. Boy, that was a challenge. So I see Blackie Junior Lynn at 6. Would anyone else like to come in for 7? Any other offers? It is a cute little plate, and it is a nice little illustration. It's not an illustration that I have seen. A lot of illustrations I've seen are of a single Cupid, or at most 2, maybe 3. So this is the only illustration of it that I've seen where there are that many Cupids in one place. So we have Junior for 6. Oh, Crescent Moon to have more than one. I don't know that you can know it on your phone, but if you're on your laptop, you just open up a new tab and you can watch more than one live sale on YouTube at one time. I do know for the algorithm, though, for YouTube, it will not count it if somebody is watching it and the sound is turned off. So what I do sometimes is I'll put the sound down as low as I can get it for the ones I'm not watching at that moment. So, and yeah, it can be dangerous. I watch a lot of sales simply because it expands my knowledge base. But sometimes, yeah, there have been times where somebody's had a vintage fairy and they're hard to find, the old ones, and that's caused trouble. That has caused trouble. So I don't see anybody else besides Fiona in for 6. So we're going to call. Hi, Retro Ruby. So we're going to call the Cupid plate as going once. And I'll put that in there. So we have going once. Oh, there's Mr. L. Page. Were you just lurking? Or did you just get here? So we have going once for $6 so far. Any other takers for another offer? Going twice. If I can find the enter button. And sold. Sold to Fiona for 6. Oh, you've been in Texas. Have you been over there with that Miss Martha? Is she in Texas too with Tammy? No, L. Page did not offer. The only offer I had was Miss Fiona, was Blackie Junior Lynn. So thank you, thank you. And we'll sit that aside over there because that's taken. And I have this lovely bone china from England floral mug. It has wonderful pattern to it. It's a nice size. Well, dust is free. There's some dust in there I hadn't counted on. But there's also this neat little flower on the inside. It even has pattern up the handle. It is fine bone china, Rose of England. Come on, focus. No, it doesn't want to focus tonight. But it is a really nice size too. And if you have a coffee maker that is one of those that makes just 1 cup, then this fits right underneath. And it makes a good size cup too, because it's 3.5 inches across the top and it's 3 1/4 inches deep. So it is a good size coffee mug, or tea if you want to have tea. So this is $4 for the bone china floral mug, and it's letter C. $4, letter C, for this lovely, just makes you think of springtime with all those different flowers on there. But $4, letter C. And the next thing I have is I found a bag of Wade Whimsies. It does say Wade ENG way down here. But oh, Happy Days. All right, thank you. But I have this teeny little elephant. You can see him there. Wait, we had this problem. Well, we had this problem with my laptop. Maybe it'll do it. Maybe it'll focus there. No, it's too tiny. There we go. That's a little better. But it is a Wade Whimsy. Now, I know this is part of the Noah's Ark series, and it is 1 3/4 tall because it's got the trunk up. On this side, you can see the tail curling around. But it is part of their, Wade Whimsies did a Noah's Ark, and the other elephant would have its trunk down, but I don't have that one here. So this wonderful little Wade Whimsy is $4, and it's letter K. $4, letter K. And that's my 3. We'll get Melanie back in here.
So I'm trying, hi everybody. So I'm trying to read the bottom of this pottery mug, and I can't, but it, Koran Mexican pottery. I'll let you try and see that. It's scratched right into it. This is only 4 inches tall, but you can feel all, this is like when the clay was wet.
They're dimensional, aren't they? Are some of them raised up?
Yeah, it's like I feel every bit of it. Like, it's so pretty. And it's in excellent condition. It's 4 inches high, but beautiful. This is $8, number 20. $8, number 20. Yes, Happy Days. Your sister does need that beautiful cup. So this is Mexican pottery, and just the blues and the wine color. Oh, I'm not sure. The Mexican pottery. There was actually just a bunch of stuff that I was ready to sell, like I had it here. And I thought, well, Nancy has fancy, so I have to bring it. I have this trinket dish, Bavaria. On the back, it's Bavaria. This is about 4 inches. It's off-white, very pretty periwinkle blue and purple in there. The rose is like cream color and a bit of peach in there for the color. This little trinket dish is $6, number 24. $6, number 24. And I'm not sure because I know Lawrence just shut the TV off and he went to bed. Like I could hear him going up to his place. He stays at the top of my property. So I'm not sure why I slowed down. And then I have this beautiful, this is Mel Mason Bavaria again. Look at the colors in this. Pretty green blue.
Ooh.
I know, Nancy. This has been sitting in my kitchen.
And I have nowhere to put anything.
I took it out of my kitchen. Oh, it's clearer now? So that's Bavaria. Oops, everything's backwards. And this is, I'll give you a measurement because it is a smaller one. Shows wear, just under 7 inches. Oh, God, this is beautiful. And I feel like a chip here. For those who don't know, I do live in a tiny house, like one of those tiny houses you see on TV. So everything is more or less going. So this plate from Bavaria is going to be $10, number 43. $10, number 43. So my house is 220 square feet. Little. So I believe that's my 3.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. So Nancy, sorry, I'll just be an extra second maybe. Okay, just give me an extra second.
No problem. There we go. Oh, yeah, Fiona, man, that one was beautiful. And I'm like, I can't because 1, it's not going to fit with what I want for the decor. And 2, no place to put the stuff I do keep. Not at the moment. So I have some really cool gloves. Now you can see the back is this really neat patterned, see if I can get them open so the light comes through, and you can see how it's like a crochet, some kind of lace that's there. And then this side is that really nice, I think it's early thin nylon, but they are mid-length. So they would come further than just your wrist. They'd come part way up. Very, very 1950s kind of look, but it's such a great pair and there's no problem with them. The seams are all good. They are for a smaller hand than mine because mine, I think I forget if I take a size 6 or a 7. It's been a long, long time since I've known my hand size for when they used to actually have to know that to buy gloves. But these are such a great little thing to have to put in just as a little display, you know, to put in. I have a pair that is in with my Christmas stuff, and I have a pair that is in with my Easter decorations, which is a totally different pair, because that pair is all completely hand crocheted, the ones in the Easter set, in the Easter decorations. But they are such a pretty thing. And you can also, if they fit, you can also have the fun of wearing them. So this wonderful mid-length gloves, this pair is $6 for this vintage 1950s pair of gloves. It's $6 letter N. $6 letter N for these. Now, I also have this early piece of what they've been calling geisha wear. Now, this is not marked, but this has a very deep ring to the bottom. And if you look, this is an older piece because this blue that they've used has actually kind of run over the edge a little bit, and you can see where it's run some of the spots around it's flowed where it really shouldn't have. But it is a wonderful, wonderful piece. And look at the detail work on the painting. And this is an offer up because it is an older piece. There are no chips, there's no cracks, and all the coloring except the blue. The blue is in the porcelain, and all of the other coloring is hand done. Now, all these little houses and lines, it's not going to show up because the lines are so fine, but all these little lines, like the roof of the house here, this is all, it's all a copper color, which is very unusual and different. But you could tell from the way the blue is done, and you could tell from the amount of detail that's hiding on this piece. Let's see if I could. So there's a little tiny butterfly here. There's little flowers. There's lines here to show where the water is. Most of the newer pieces don't have all these little details. And Happy Days, I see you for the gloves. So this is an offer up, and I did comp this. So I did find what similar aged pieces go for. And as always, I start you guys off at a fairly good deal of an offer to start. So to offer up, this is going to start at $9. It's gonna start at $9 because this is something else that came out of the box from my great-grandparents' house. And I know it is definitely an older piece. The research I did says that this is more likely from probably from the early 1900s. So I see Fiona. Who I got? I see Fiona for $9. And remember, this is an offer up, so you can put in your. In Pennsylvania, I can't really say the word bids. So do we have, I have Fiona for $9. Do we have anybody else coming in higher? This is a piece that was from my great-grandparents' house. It is definitely an older piece. From scallop to scallop, it is 6 inches across. There are no chips. There are no cracks. All the colors, like I said, are all hand painted in. Now, because of the tiny little lines, some of the hand painting does go over the lines a little bit, like hers doesn't really stay within the lines, but the lines, I just can't get a clear shot close enough. The lines are this, and you can feel the lines. All these little lines, you can feel them. So it's not like a typical transfer that's flat. They actually are thick enough you can feel them. You can feel all the little lines, and they are not a gold color. They're a coppery color on all these little lines. So it is a fabulous old piece. So I see Blackie Jr. Fiona's in here for $9. Gotta get my keyboard up here. So we have anyone else? It's going once at $9. And I don't see any other offers, which is quite the deal you're getting then. And going twice. No one else wants to come in for an offer. So then we're gonna call it sold. All right. You got quite the deal there. Whoops, that's not where the keyboard needs to go. Okay, sold to Fiona. Stick that over there. So that's what? That was the gloves and the geisha. And so now I have another. You're quite happy, aren't you? So I have another batch of paper dolls. Again, I have 2 of them. I'm a sucker for a kilt, man. I really like it. I'm not big on teddy bears, but I like that kilt. So this is Teddy Bear Paper Dolls by Crystal Collins. It is a family. It's a family of 4 bears and their costumes, including, you have a Santa bear in the back. And the children, the little girl is for an angel outfit. What is this? So you have medieval, and then you have the Scottish one, and something very much not Scottish. Oh, German, Russian. So you have some great images in here that you can use for anything you want to use them for. Hey, Uncle Andy's here. And where's our family? So there's Chestnut, and the little one is Juniper. Where's the girls? And Mama is named Maple. And oh, and the other one is Hickory. So it's 2 boys. Do they these are cutouts. You have to cut these out. So this is from, where is the date? Because I had a chance to get a bunch of paper doll books that were new old stock. This is from 1983. Now I do have 2 of them. I do have 2. So they are $8 each. And let me know if you want to, or we can have 2 people each get 1. So it is $8, letter P. $8, letter P. For the Bear Family paper dolls. Okay, so we have Melanie. Anyone want the other one? The other, because I do have 2 copies, so it's $8 each. And we have Crescent Moon. Okay, thank you, ladies. And that is that up there. That's my 3. There we go.
Look at you go.
Getting there.
Yes, I was. I'll share, Elizabeth. You can have one. I have a little piggy. This is a light switch cover. So the screw goes, I don't have the screws, but the screw goes here and then inside its mouth. And it's a off-white tan color with the blue polka dotted bow. It's made in China. He's just cute. So it is, it's like a plaster, but it's more resin-like. Resin. So this is $4, number 55. $4, number 55 for the light switch cover. He's so cute. Oh, yeah. A lot of people here in Canada, too, they've updated to the flat ones, that rocker light switch covers. So I get that. So I have this cream and sugar made in England. Silvac, it's called. I'll show you the base of it. It does have crazine. So the creamer and the sugar greens and the purple and a bit of periwinkle blue in there to give dimension. These are quite an aged, and like I say, they do have crazing. I'm not sure if the crazing is going to show up, mostly because of my lighting. So this set is $7, number 76. $7, number 76, made in England. You bought 3 from Jan? Oh, God. I want to go to her house and Nancy's house. Nancy, do you live close to Jan?
No, I was hoping that I could get to see Jan. We were going to go see her, but I'd only have a day to be there when I was at Boy Scout summer camp. And the drive from camp would have been 4 hours for me to get up to Rochester, New York to get to see Jan. And then she ended up having that day where she could get to see George the Antique Nomad and do a video call with him. So it was more important for her to hook up with him, considering that her mother was an antiques dealer, all the stuff she inherited. So that was far more important than me getting up there. So I didn't get to meet up with her yet. I still want to.
I have to get my passport because she invited me and I've invited myself to your place many a time. So I'm going to do it when things clear up. So I have Blue Boy and Pinky. These are small plates, durability, Weatherby, Hanley, England, Royal, Falconware. Holy, this is a small plate. So this is Blue Boy and Pinky. These are collectible. I have them in different, like I have big pictures. These are the smallest pieces I have of them. Blue Boy and Pinky. So for the set of these is $8, number 85. $8, number 85. And then poodle. So I don't have the chain to attach to the babies, but this is Mama. This is another one, and I will hold them properly. And I will give you a measurement because Mom is quite tall, like 6 inches. So yes, 6 inches for the mother. And you're more than welcome. You can come. I have my tiny office here. You can sleep in here. So this is Mother, 6 inches tall. This is one of the babies, probably 3 inches. They're in good condition, spaghetti. And this is the third one. This one looks a little sassy. Okay, Julie, good night. So for the set of 3 poodles without the chain is $12, number 29. $12, number 29. Thank you, Julie. Good night. So for the set of 3, $12, number 29. Off-white, pink roses in her hair, gold on top of the spaghetti. There we go. That's my 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay, so I have this wonderful Bukagu vase. Now it still has It says Ukagu. I think it's UCAGCO, but there's no space for that CO to be company. So I'm pretty sure it's Ukago. And then it says Ceramics Japan. And it has its little red and gold foil sticker. And it's got the Compotimento rose, and it's intact. Because you never, the edges of these get to be so fine that you never find them with them intact, but I did. I was surprised, but it's great. And there's this wonderful little handles here, and it doesn't look like it's ever been used because it's still so nice and shiny and clean inside. I do like the top. I like the way that they've done the little V, but then raised up here. So it's like a little background spot. So even if it's just standing on its own, it has such a neat shape and such a nice design with all these kind of crossed lines behind the rose. So it's very different and really pretty. It is $9 for this vase, and the vase is, come on you, the vase is 9 inches tall, because like the highest point is here, so from the bottom to here is 9 inches tall. And then the back is plain with all those lines. So if you wanted to have just the plain white look, you put it this way. And then if you, in the spring, so if you have Christmas stuff or the holidays or just want to decorate for winter, you have this nice white back. And then in the spring, you just turn it around and have the rose to decorate with. So you can get, you know, double duty out of this thing. But it is a neat piece, and I will be packing it very, very carefully to protect that. Usually what I've been doing with these is I take some cotton wadding, some quilt batting, and I will carefully put that around that before I put bubble wrap all over everything, just to protect it. But it is $9 for the Ukago Japanese vase. It's $9 letter D. $9 letter D for the Ukago vase. There. And I have the last set that I have tonight of paper doll books, except this time they're kitties. The Victorian Cat Family. This is another one from Dover Publications that's new old stock. And these are dated from, we have a year on these, 1984. The year I graduated high school. Look at those outfits, though. Isn't that wild? I know people like to dress up their animals. My cat hasn't. She won't even put a hat on. She got none of that. There's a lot of neat little accessories to this, though. Look, you have little hairbrushes, little perfume bottle. There's so many neat little extras on the pages. Like, look at all the toys. Look at all the toys for the kids. Isn't this fabulous? This one is just packed full of images. So if you wanted to use this for junk journaling, or you know, even to have it to play with a kid, you've got some fantastic images in this one. More than just the clothing. Now, when you get to the adults, you don't have so much, but you still have extras. Look at the little tiny clock and a violin. You know, you still have some great outfits. Where's an outfit for mom? Oh, look, you've even got tea. They're going to have tea together, but look at the outfits for moms. You even got the little purse, little mirror. It's really, really cool. And so this is $8, and it's the same thing. It's $8 for one, and I do have two of them. So it's $8 letter E for Victorian Cat Family paper doll book. $8, letter E. No surprise at all that Melanie wants one. Anyone else? Come on, pen, don't die on me now. Okay. Happy days. You were 84 as well? I was 19 when I graduated, and Elizabeth wants one. Okay. Anybody else want one? Because I know I have another one of that one. So now this is my last offer up for the night. It is a pair of pewter candlesticks. I've got the pair. They're in great, great shape. They actually are inside, they are marked genuine pewter down in here. I could not, I could not find a maker. I don't know who made them. They are solid pewter. The nice part of pewter is you never really have to polish it, unlike silver. But it really is an interesting look. I really like the look of these. And you can see this one is a little, there we go. It's just a little off there, but it is a matched pair. It is an offer up. Now, I looked up the price for pewter. Old pewter is not inexpensive. Apparently people like it because old pewter, I mean, that was what you had at first. If old pewter dates back, more than 200 years. So I by no means think this is 200-year-old pewter with a base like this and that printed in there. There's no way. But they still are a fabulous pair of candlesticks. This is an offer up. The offer starts at $12, which is less than half of what I was seeing similar ones go on eBay. But I thought, these are so different, and they have that almost gothic look. So Halloween's coming up, and I have no Halloween stuff, but with that kind of really almost gothic look, wouldn't that be awesome for Halloween? But I see Fiona, Susan came in, Sonia came in for 12. My mouse is in the way. That's why I almost called her the wrong name. Sonia came in for 12. We're up to Uncle Andy at 15. Well, I didn't measure these. Let me tell you how wide they are. So it's 8 across there, and because it flutes out at the top, it's 10 inches across from the top. And look at the tops of these. This is all fluted, almost like little flower petals. It's just gorgeous. And it's mirrored in the bottom. The bottom is the same way. It's got this little fluted petal look to the base. And I see Fiona at 17. They are really, really beautiful. And honestly, the box that these came out of, I have no clue which of the 3 inheritances I got this from, and I'm not sure it came from an inheritance. I think this came from an attic clean out where I helped a friend's parents, and I was allowed to take anything they left in the attic. It is selling it as a pair. I'm not going to break up the pair. I am selling the pair. That was one of the reasons I specifically started at 12, was that I wasn't selling a single. This is for the pair. You're going to get both of them. And we are at 18. Hey, Paul, Philly Flipper's here. Don't worry, Paul. I've not forgotten the fact that I have to be up for therapy in the morning, but therapy doesn't start until 11 o'clock, so I don't have to be up that early. And we're at, Fiona is at 20. 20 for the pewter pair. Hi, Lynn. Lynn's in at 21. She's been lurking. You haven't popped in until now. But it's a lovely, lovely pear. And you just don't find much pewter these days. You really don't. What did I didn't do the height. So the height is 5 inches. The storm made it get very dark. I was doing a live sale, Paul, during the storm. I was on another channel's live sale. And it got really dark and really windy, but not for very long. I see Sonia in at 22. These things are just so cool. Now I've seen every once in a while I come across at yard sales, people will have like a pewter plate or a tankard, maybe a coffee pot, but I've never seen these anywhere. These are really awesome. So we're up to 23. Yeah, rain was what I got the most of, Lynn. I got a lot of rain. Lucky for us, the city decided for the first time in years to have a street sweeper come around and clean all the gutters in the street before the day before the storm hit us. So we didn't really have too much flooding up here, but I'm also at the top of a very, very big hill. Down the bottom of the hill, though, they had to close the bridge. They had to close the entrance to I-95 because it all flooded out. So I see Sonia at 24. Do we have any other offers coming in? It is for the pear. They are marked in the center there, genuine pewter. I did not find a maker. Apparently it is, unless they specifically say a maker, it is very hard to figure out a maker for pewter. But so far we are at 24, and I'm going to start to call it for this wonderful pear. Great for Halloween, just great anytime, because it really is a nice design. Somebody took a lot of care to make that design. So we have going once. Oh, Fiona's jumped in at 26. She's at 26. Is there an answer to that 26? And let's see here. And we have going twice. If it will actually type it. Oh, and Sonia is out, so we are with Fiona for 26. And we have last call. And I don't see anyone else, so we have sold for 26. Thank you very much. You're really getting that box full, Fiona. And let's get Melanie back. There we go.
Offer ups are
Aren't they fun? It's really fun when you find something that everybody really likes.
Before I forget, I'll be doing invoicing on Monday. I do have a sale premiere on Saturday at 12 noon. So I usually do Thursday nights and Saturday, and then invoicing on Monday, just so everybody knows. So I have a set of Tetley teacups here. Tetley teas, pardon me, off-white, royal blue, the yellow in there. They're in excellent condition. There's no marking on the bottom of them.
What can I do with it?
But they're just cool. I don't know, Nancy, what?
Sorry, I just misplayed. I'm trying to set up my next three, and I completely lost one of them on the table. It's a little thing.
So for two Tetley tea cups is $6, number 15. $6, number 15. Just moving things around. So I have 3 of these vintage glasses. They are clear. One is brighter red than the other. So this might have gone through the dishwasher. Maybe that's why they're a lighter color. So I have the set of 3. These are like Hazel Atlas or Anchor Hawking kind of glasses. So 2 are more faded than this one. So for the set of 3 is $6, number 74. $6, number 74. There and there. So I have another piece to my collection that I'm selling is powder puff jar, metal lid, clear glass. These are like, in here is like a tulip. Sorry about my fingernails, everybody. Oh, okay. So this is a metal top with the heart and the flowers. And this is $8, number 25. $8, number 25. Made in Canada on the bottom of the glass. There I go. I'm not sure about recapping, Nancy.
Well, I didn't know if like I did with Trisha, I didn't necessarily recap everything, but I just recapped about 5 of them. So, because I know it is getting late and I do have physical therapy in the morning, but I figured if we each wanted to recap maybe 5 or 6 things that didn't sell early on, because I noticed we have some people here now that weren't here at the beginning.
Right.
So that was your 3.
Yes, thank you.
I'll do my last 3. Get the layout changed here. And this one. Boy, I'm getting so nice and good at that. Hopefully I'll remember how to do that the next time I have a guest. I got a brain like a steel sieve these days. So I have a wonderful little chalkware plaque. It's not very big, but it is in great shape. There's no chips to it. It's still got the original metal hanger piece in there, and it's in there very solidly. But it is a nice little piece that says, "The Lord is my shepherd," and then it has Psalm 23, verse 1 at the bottom. And it is $5, letter S. $5, letter S for the little chalkware plaque. Now I have another little owl. This is, I don't think I showed this one before, did I? I have too many owls sitting here in front of me. And we're not getting all of them. That's right, I only did the soapstone one. This one is a nice little white owl. It kind of reminds me of Hedwig, but Hedwig did not have as many black little tips to the feathers. Now it does have a label on the bottom that this was made in China in 1999 for Westland. Nope, not gonna. it does, trust me, it says Westland giftware. I suspect that it's resin, but all of the coloring on it is actually painted on. So it has little yellow eyes, which are so recessed, the pupil of the eyes, that it's kind of hard to see them in there. But they are in there. And then it has all the little feather tips and even has little claws. It is a cute little thing. And it's only good for a shadow box. It's 2 inches tall, good for Halloween display, or if you just like little birds or owls. So the Westland Owl is $3 for the Westland Owl. It's letter I. $3, letter I, for the Westland Owl. And I have, and this was in the preview. Oh, I see Sonia. For that little owl. This is a really pretty porcelain piece. It's done as a bisque finish. I carefully got in there with a soft toothbrush and got in among all the flowers and in between. The only thing that I think she's missing a flower, but it's so completely missing that you just have this white spot here. There's not, usually what happens is the flowers lose bits of the petals because it's all compotamento, where they make it separately and then have to fit it all in there. But there is this gap. So, and there's a little feel of a rough edge right there. So there must have been one, but you really, it's hard to tell. Now, he was missing his flute. And what I found out is that the pieces, wait, that's not your number. Get out of there. The pieces from, it says Andrea by Sendak, and it has its code number up there, was made in Japan, and it's one of the bigger pieces that they would have made. And what I found out is that his flute is actually a separate piece. So it was missing his flute. Now, I still have to finish it, but I hand carved him a flute that fits right in his hands. After all, you know, I teach wood carving to Boy Scouts. If I can't make a little flute that size, come on. So I do still need to take my watercolor paints and make it a little darker, make it brown, and put little tiny dots in it for the holes. But it does fit perfectly in there, and it goes right through in between his little thumb. All his fingers are there, all her fingers are there. His fingers especially, because most of his fingers are separate. They're very, very delicate. The only spot where the coloring was off on this is they didn't cover all of his bow. And I think that's because the bow was the same color as the coat, which is very close to the same color as the hair. So they did not completely color in all of the bow. But, oh, you have a pan statue that needs a flute? Well, we may have to get together about that. This is actually what's left of a chopstick. I had a pack of clean chopsticks that I'd never opened because there's a sushi place near me, and I absolutely love it. And I carved one down to make it the right size. And no, Thrifty Santa, it's been such a crazy week. You have not gotten an invoice yet, but that will be corrected and taken care of this weekend. So this wonderful big piece, and it's a beauty. No, I'm not going to try holding that in my hand and carrying it up. So it's 10 inches tall. It is 6 inches wide at the base. The only flaw besides the flute there's a little you can just see it, that there's a little piece for a petal there. And it's the same on this one. There's two there. So the ones at the bottom, there are, but they broke way down at the bottom. Like they broke way, way down there. And it's really hard to tell, but what I'm going to do, like you can see the white line on this one, and I'm going to take the watercolors and make that yellow so it blends in better, so it won't be as noticeable. But those and her and the flute were the only things that were an issue. Everything else with the figures themselves, which is what you're going to look at, is perfect. There's no cracks to them, no chips to them. They've got all their little fingers. The people look fantastic. So this is $12 for this lovely, lovely piece of I guess he's wooing the girl, playing the flute for her. But this piece is $12, letter G. $12, letter G. There we go. Okay. And that's everything. There's our Melanie. Wait a minute. How we want to do this? Let's do this first. And so did you have 5 or 6 things that you wanted to bring back for those that are here now?
I'll show a couple of them. Sure.
Okay. Well, I'll make you full screen again.
Thank you.
So that they can get the best view of your pretty face and your stuff. What are you laughing at? There we go. I got to do that layout first. There we go.
Yeah, happy days. It's only 10:30 p.m. here for me, but it has been one of those days. Like I just did so much work. Even my forearms are sore. Nancy told a story about this. This is Shirley Temple. And I guess when you went to the theater, you'd have to go often so that you could get series of these. So this is the creamer. I guess there was a cup and, I can't remember the other one she said. But this is about 4 inches tall.
There's a cup, a bowl, and a glass.
A bowl, okay.
A bowl. That was the other one.
There's no marking on the bottom, but this is Shirley Temple. And I don't remember the number, but this is $6, number 100, if you'd like. And then, sorry, a lot of my stuff is glass. I did sell some of these. I'm just going to grab a couple of more. So I have 2 more of these bridles. They're 13 inches tall and 9.5 inches wide. And they're from the magazine. And this is autumn of 1956. There's one. And I'll show you the back. This one is Priscilla of Boston, and same on the back. So either side. These are stunning. I just love things like this. And then here's the other one, autumn 1956. Oh, Sonia, thank you. Yeah, I have, and there's the back. So they're talking about Pyrex on the advertisement. So you get both of these, 13 inches high by 9.5 wide. So these will be $16, number 26. $16, number 26. I have the tiny house, and then my office is also a tiny house. So, and I'll show this one last, Nancy, and then I'll let you have it. So this, I did an offer up, and it started at $25. So this is 11 inches wide and just over 5 inches tall, 3-footed Carnival glass. The center is clear. Normally you look through the center and you find out what the original color was. So these are 3-dimensional roses, restaurant glasses. I do have a couple. Sonia, I have anchor hawking ones. So I have 2 teacups and saucers here. So I'll show that. Okay, bye, Elizabeth. Thank you. So 3-dimensional. It's also 3-dimensional on the inside. So we can start this and just a flat $25. No offering needed. And I don't remember the number of it, but let's just go. Number 110. Number 110. Sorry, I'm getting punched here. So I'll show you those restaurant ones. My understanding is they are restaurant ones, but these are anchor hawking. They are the pastel pink, so milk glass, pastel pink, and then the black. Does show wear on the edges. Sorry, everything's backwards when you StreamYard. Clear on the milk glass on the inside. Dust on all of it. So
dust is free.
65. Yeah, I have 65,000 items left to sell. So, I mean, the dust is there. So, how about we just go $12? Thank you, Happy Days. $12, say number 37. Thanks, hon. For the pair. So there, I'm going to stop at that because I just get so disorganized when I'm tired. Thank you, Nancy, for everything. I really do appreciate you and everybody in the chat. Love you guys. Thanks.
Oh, you're welcome. This has been fun, though. It's fun to have somebody else with this. Oh, yeah. This way. Now, I have just 5 things I'm going to show. 2 of them are going to be trains because we had these neat train things earlier. I still have this wonderful cross-stitch piece that is suitable for framing or putting in a quilt or something, which it just occurred to me that, you could, if you're making a quilt, you could put this in part of the quilt in the center and then design the quilt around it. But this is all wonderfully done, cross-stitched train, and it is $7 letter Y, $7 letter Y for the cross-stitch train. And then I have 2 vintage model railroad. They're from 1975, the October and November. So if you're making a junk journal for a man who happens to like trains, I mean, this one actually has 2 pages of some interesting humorous cartoons. Do I have more long gloves? I don't know that I have more long gloves. I do have more gloves that are actually in the dryer right now that needed to be washed because I found a bag that had I think I have about 10 pair of gloves left that will be in preceding live sales. So we have these 2 and these 2 will be, say, $6 for the pair, letter B. $6, letter B, for the 1975 railroad model Craftsman. We have those. And then we have this interesting planter of the boxing baby, which I mean, he's even got the boxing ring with him. It's never been used. I don't know the maker. I think it would be fun to have a little air plant sticking out of there. Or, you know, you could have this and stick Q-tips or whatever you want sticking out of the boxing ring. He is, I lost him. I have my little list here. All right, so the boxing baby is $10, and he's letter Q for the boxing baby. And then there is my last two here. I have this little early round dish, which came from my great-grandparents. The flowers are all hand painted in. This is the heavily blued edge. So this is after the period when there would have been flow blue. But this is what they would do is they would make heavily dyed blue porcelain slip. Slip is a mix of porcelain, and it's usually heavily with the dye, and they would put it around the edges. Sometimes they would use it to line out little details. So it's a little more raised up than the rest of the bowl. But at least the blue did not run. So this is a later piece. It is very fine porcelain, because I can see everywhere there's a leaf. I can see the flower here, another leaf here. I can see everywhere on the back from the light shining through it of where they had hand painted the flowers. Now there is a dark line there that goes right to here. It's very faint, but I can see it, but I can't feel it. I can run my finger all across there, my fingernail, and don't feel anything. And there's a little spot back here where there's the same thin line, and I'm not feeling anything. So I can't figure out, is it, and they don't quite match up, which I just realized, but they are there now. But it's odd that if it's a crack, I should be feeling a separation, but you really don't notice it with the roses. Your eye is immediately drawn to these wonderful hand-painted roses. So, and this came from my great-grandparents' house. I do know that. So the little round dish is $5. It's letter Z. $5, letter Z, for the little round dish. And then the last thing is the ephemera lot. They aren't particularly old. One of them is. One of them is still in its original envelope and is from the 1960s, which is a birthday card from the 1960s. And the piece for her skirt is in there, but they had used, you can see how old the tape is, that it's turned yellow like that. It has a little spring, so it's supposed to be raised up and bounce around when you open it, because it says, as long as you've still got that swing, happy birthday. These are all used, which is why it's ephemera lot. That's the oldest one. There's some from the 70s. Most are from the 80s and 90s, but it's good for junk journaling. You have all the different types of flowers. You even have a fancy old cupcake. But there are 27 cards here. And I think we found that the most recent date was the Impressionist one, which said 2001. There was another date from the 80s. So there's one, 84. Not all of them have dates on them for you to be able to tell. but it is a nice lot. And we're going to make this $5 letter F. $5 letter F. And Sonia, I see you for that neat little dish. Okay, and that is the 5 that I'm going to re-show. Oh, and you want the cards too. Thank you, thank you. Okay, and let's get Melanie back here. There we go. So, Melanie, thank you very much for coming and joining me tonight. It was fun. And like I said, you were the first one I had asked, about being on my channel. And I wasn't even 100% sure how. And Jen said, don't you think you better figure out how first? So I ended up doing the first one with Jen just so she could teach me the technology. Sonia, I'm going to be spending this weekend getting invoices out, because this weekend finally everything's clear. I just had my shot in my spine on Tuesday, so I'm able to stand up to pack. And because it had gotten pretty dicey there where I couldn't stand for more than 20 minutes without starting to further and further hunch over because of the pinched nerve in my spine. So I will be able to get, I should be able to get lots of things caught up with the packing and have invoices. I want them all going out this weekend so that we can move it all along. I need the space. I need the space.
Don't overdo it.
Oh, Mike's already hollering at me about that, because today was a rough day. Because the biggest problem I have is bending over to pick anything up off floor level. That hurts very quickly. It's one thing to go pick up one thing, but don't dare go repeating that too often. It is beginning to look like I will not be returning to Wawa too, which is bad. But because if they're giving therapy one more month, and I go back on the 28th, and if at that point the nerve has not let loose and become unpinched, then I will be going to a higher level spine specialist to start talking about epidurals. And they said the dreaded word, well, maybe you should think about going out on disability. And I went, I'm only 55. I think not. So, but at that point, if I'm going to be out of work like that much longer, then Wawa has a new store opening up too. And it'll be a whole new manager and all that. So, and there's issues there with who that is going to be, which I found out. So it might be best to take the profit sharing and all that and run, as it were. So I have to make some decisions about that. And I've worked in retail too my entire life. So it's not like once I am healed, I will not be able to find another retail job. I've been managers several times over. So, but sometimes you have to make make choices. And I can see by the end of this month, I'll have to make a few.
Yeah, I left work a year early because I couldn't do it anymore. I just couldn't.
Yeah. And that's the thing, is if I were in a gift shop, it'd be one thing, because, you could do light duty where you didn't have to necessarily lift anything heavy, but not at a Wawa. There's no such thing as light duty at a place that's a convenience store like that has a deli for food and coffee pots that weigh about 10 pounds. And, and when you're at the register, you're selling 2 gallons of milk, and you've got to take whatever you put into that bag. You've got to lift the bag up and then out. And there is no way right now. I am finally up to being able to lift a 5-pound bag of sugar until I try to go out. The minute I try to take any weight and extend it out, then I start having problems. So when I get everything packed, I try to get several things packed at once. Then my son brings them downstairs down here to the computer so I can weigh them and invoice. But I can't bring any of them up and down the stairs. And my brother's been a doll because he's been taking them to the post office for me. So yeah, it's there's going to be a lot of decisions, life-altering decisions that have to get made this month. So, but it's partly why I started the channel. You know, I kind of knew what was coming the minute they said they were going to rebuild the store. And then being injured like this was just further indication that my life wants me to do some changes. Sometimes life gives you a kick in the tail to say, hey, you need to fix a few things. So, well, I know, Melanie, you are about time where you got to go walk the puppies. Those cute little darlings that you have. And I need to go get my ice pack and then take the fun meds because I already had the naproxen, but it's time for the Flexerol, which is the one that makes me slightly loopy.
And I've seen it.
Oh, yes. There have been a few live sales where I ended up taking it during the sale, and they got to be interesting sales. They got to be very interesting sometimes. Because the more tired I get, and I'm kind of tired today, you've seen me get a little tongue-tied already, and it's mostly just because it's been a long day and I'm tired. But yeah, add tired and Flexerol. So for those of you that are new to Melanie, by all means, her link is in the description to go subscribe to Melanie. She has fabulous jewelry sales. Those brooches are just to die for. Some of those are just stunning. So, and if the brooch sales are done in a unique way. She does them as a premiere, so they're filmed, but she'll be in the chats to actually call it for who gets it. So you get a beautiful, clear shot. And I think it's a wonderful workaround that you found to make up for the spotty internet. And I really have to consider taking that idea, because I've got 3 or 4 bags of jewelry, but most of it seems to be pretty contemporary. So it's not so much vintage for during this sale. So, but I think that's a fantastic way to do it. I like that better than the ones where it's static and you aren't in the chat, because there isn't a live chat, so that you're just have it in the comments and then trying to keep track of all that. So I really think you're onto something there about doing it as a premiere.
I just find it easier because, like, you can't lift things and push them out, right? So the injury in my back is that for me. So I do the sale pre-film it, and then I can sit here and I'm not lifting anymore. But I can do like, my videos are only 30 minutes long, and I do 2 of them for the brooches before your sale. And it just helps me. I can do a 30-minute video and then 4 days later do another 30. So it kind of helps me that way.
Yeah, it's great. I like doing my sales here in spite of the background, because this is a much bigger desk and it's all open. So I have this big fruit box here, which I put everything in, unless I have big things like those bowls or the paper doll books. So I sit them on the table next to me. But doing Trisha's sale, because it was just yesterday, I set it up at the old desk that's at the far end of the living room, and it's a very narrow front to back desk. And I kept having to reach forward to get underneath the shelf, because it has a full shelf that goes all the way across. And to have to keep reaching forward and leaning forward back and forth to grab stuff, my back really felt that by the end of that sale. So I was glad to be back to my usual spot back here where everything is really, most I have to tilt a little bit, and tilting is fine. It's that back and forth this way that gets to me. So, but I'm a lot better than where I was, because, you know, I can actually sit long enough for a sale. And so I hope everyone had a good night. And Melanie, when is your next sale that you'll be doing?
I'm doing one on Saturday at 12 noon p.m. Eastern time, and I still have to film those tomorrow. The days get away from me. Like, I'm just trying so hard to do too much, right? So I unloaded.
Well, they get away from me too, because so much of my stuff is in boxes. So I have to actually like start sorting through boxes. I don't have anything on shelves. That's what the Black Hole Challenge was. And we got that room half emptied out, and then I got hurt. So that just kind of stopped. So once I get everything packed up and out of the way, then I'll be able to take that card table I'm doing the packing on right now and get that back out of that room, so that we can try to get a little more out of there and get me to where I have an office, that we have a floor plan that I did that actually has shelving along the wall and sticking out a little bit, so I can start unpacking boxes on the shelf, so I can really find out then, what on earth do I have? Because it would be nice to know. So my next sale will be next Thursday. And then on September 11th, which is the Saturday, I will be on Sandy and Otto. Trisha's sale, I think, starts at 10 that night. And she started doing a Saturday night sale where there's 4 of us. So that'll be really different for me. But that'll be September 11th, that night. And then my regular sale on Thursday nights will be the next Thursday at 11 p.m. So everybody have a good night. Mel, thank you very much for joining me. Now go walk your little darlings. She has the cutest little dogs. So good night, everybody.
You're my love. Night. Thank you, Nancy.